While we talked about a pastor who denigrated Yoruba culture and said stuff, maybe like I always said it's I would say the person, of course, is very ignorant, all right? But it's also important to highlight or to let people know when a pastor, another pastor, says the right things about Yoruba culture. So let me play this video. This one is from Pastor Tunde Bakare. And of course, there are no surprises there because he's very grounded and of course is also elderly.
Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ bọ̀ ní ẹni tí ìṣẹ́ ń ṣẹ́ kó má ṣe bọ̀ ọ̀ṣun ọ̀rọ̀ kan tó ṣá. Ò bá bọ̀ Ṣàngó kó bọ̀ Bàtálá ọjọ́ ọba tó ṣiṣẹ́ ajé ló máa tó jẹun. Òòṣà tí ń gbàlẹ̀ ò sí iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹni ní gbé ní ga Mr. Káwọ́gbénú.
All right, so it's important to also mention that we have great examples, even in Christianity and among pastors. I think most of us young people, we need to find that balance. Tunde Bakare is one pastor who would use Ebenezer Obey's songs to drive home a point, okay? The younger ones, I think, maybe because of the westernization, and that's why if you notice 2 days ago, some people were writing in the comment section, and it's also one of the reasons that took a while before I got people to come up. When they start saying, oh, it's because of Christianity, it's all this pastor. The one who just spoke now is also a Christian, is also a pastor. The real issue is a generational thing. My parents are Christians. Their parents, my dad was a Christian, my mom is a Christian, their own parents were Christians. Christianity did not start with me. My grandparents will not talk like that. My parents will not talk like that. I don't talk like that. Why? It's not really the religion. It's the exposure to information. The idea that the songs you listen to mostly are foreign songs. You don't know some Owe that we say here, you get it from songs. Some you get it from sitting around elders. But if everything is so westernized, and yes, religion contributes its own bit, but the real issue is that people have not been, and let me say this, at the end of the day, it's a societal issue. We have to intentionally raise our children. A lot of us who get angry about things like this, I can assure you, we most likely, if we're not careful, we may also sound like that. We may also sound like you would have said certain things that you don't even know. Also, your children, and let me say this, because when things like this happen, like I always say, it's a good time it's an opportunity to learn. Your children, your own kids, how do they think about Yoruba culture in Nigeria? Forget the anger. I mean, I did a video 2 days ago. I was angry and, valid. That video will be uploaded later today. But the question is that if we speak to your children, your 20-year-olds, your teenagers, your younger ones, if we talk to them, what would they say about Yoruba culture? And whatever they say, and I want to say something with all due respect to a lot of elderly people. This thing about Gen Z people don't have sense, that thing should stop. If Gen Zs don't have sense, it's our fault. Oh, what these people obedient to, you are insulting yourself. Especially if you have a child, or if you have any child as a teenager and above, that's your problem. The kids you are calling normally, how did they come to be so easily influenced by outsiders? What did we teach them growing up? What did we teach them? What value did we show them in what ours, in our culture, in our traditions? Because they didn't grow up in a vacuum. And it's the teenagers and the 20s, the kids in the 20s, that will become the leaders very soon. Some of them are beginning to speak up on social media. Because I have to think, I thought about this thing yesterday. I looked at my son and I just thought about it like, wait though, whatever these guys do is on me as a parent. And I see us do this thing. It makes us feel comfortable when we say, I want Gen Z, I want Gen Z, don't you know that it's on us? It's on us. Whatever we don't like in them, to be honest, is we don't like ourselves that we are seeing in them. And that's because we did not intentionally teach them anything about culture, anything about survival, anything about self-preservation. We did not intentionally do it. even if you don't see them down to do it, let them see you say it, let them see you act it, let them notice that in you, and then they can copy it. When you're watching the news together, what do you discuss with these younger ones? Because I was saying the other day, there are some people on social media that they are becoming very popular right now, and the only thing they do is to insult Yoruba people, insult the teenagers, insult Christians, insult Muslims, insult everybody, because now you know more than all of us. The truth of the matter is that every platform, I think, in my own opinion, I can throw jabs as well, but I think at some point it should all come down to, sharing knowledge. So if you are uncomfortable with what you see the younger people do or what you see certain people do, don't make yourself happy by saying, elections are coming very soon. The person they are going to support or the way they are going to move, regardless of the political party, the way they are going to move, the kind of conversations they are having is directly proportional to the way we have raised them. So if you're a parent here and you always come up to talk about Gen Z, I just thought I should say it today. Please stop it. If you want, or even if you're a young person here, like a guy came up the other day, he's Gen Z as well, but this guy is one of the top, the older Gen Zs, and was saying that he was angry. Like, why is everybody saying? And you know the funny thing about life? Let me tell you one funny thing about life. Do you know that if you really think about it, some of the things your parent told you growing up, like, oh mato yeah, do you know that if you're not careful, you are saying to your children as well, oh mato yeah. So the question is that, at what point, there are some things they're going to learn based on experience, but I think experience is not the best teacher. If you have to experience everything before you learn, what time do you have in life to actually become what God has called you to be, to actually do well in life? You should be able to learn from the mistakes of others. So I'm just putting this across to us. Like, we should be intentional with our nephews, our nieces, our cousins, our sons and daughters. Let's be intentional with them. Let's teach them. Let's show them, and let's do it in love. And don't tell them that they are stupid. Because, to be honest, it wasn't so long ago that many of us were ignorant. It wasn't so long ago. You were not born with the knowledge. You learned it. So be patient when you are teaching the younger ones. I just thought I should say that because that's the only way we can carry them along. All right. Having said that, let's move on